This message is for when you start receiving a bunch of guidance, advice, information, and it just makes you feel like, oh, yeah, I already know that. Oh, yeah, I'm the one who told you that. Or, oh, yeah, that's really old news. Or, yes, 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 of course, I've already done that. I've been doing that. I know all about that. It's been done. Right? So it's this pretty kind of frustrating feeling of every time you get the guidance or the advice or the little tip or the tidbit from other people, from the universe, from your tarot readings, from wherever you're getting information, it just seems like it's all old news or all stuff you've already done, you already know, and that can be kind of annoying, right? So, one of the most important things you can do when you're in this situation is reframe in your mind what this all means. Because you just know the way it has a lot to do with the way people talk, right? People, we just talk and we kind of give advice just because that's an easy way to speak. And when the universe is trying to get information through to you, it can kind of come in that way where people are kind of talking, giving you advice, giving you ideas, telling you things that you already know, telling you things you've heard a million times before, and it can be frustrating and even a little bit confusing. But just try to reframe that in your mind. What if you're not being told to do something? What if you're just, this is actually like a signal saying, oh, just check this off, right? Instead of getting annoyed by saying, oh, yeah, I already know that, or yeah, I've already done that, or I've been doing that, just mentally put a little checkbox next to that piece of information and then check the box. It's kind of like a final review. It is the end of the chapter review, and you're just kind of like reviewing your notes. And honestly, I was going to say maybe it's like you're reviewing your notes before the exam, but actually I think you've already done the exam, and that is why this is so tedious and kind of really like what is going on here. It's kind of more like you just got your exam handed back to you and it's been graded and you're kind of going over all of all of your teachers' notes that they wrote on there, right? You're looking at what you got right, you're looking at if there's anything you got wrong, you're looking at if anything you just forgot about it. You're kind of reviewing the exam that you already took and just going, "Oh yeah, yeah, that I got that. I got that. I got it. 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 I got it." You're just kind of going down the list, double checking everything before you really move on to the next chapter, or I think in your case, even the next textbook, or really even you're graduating entirely and, you're going to be actually applying what you know instead of having to constantly relearn and rehash all of this. So that's really the main point of this message, right? If you're getting the old, outdated, unnecessary, unsolicited advice, information, and guidance, just try to reframe how you're looking at it and realize that this is the universe signaling to you. Like this is reality really, really signaling to you that you've already taken the exam, you're done. You're just glancing over the test you already took one final time to just before you archive it away completely and entirely move on. So this process might still go on for a few weeks, maybe even a few months for some of us, depending on when you get this and how it's going for you. But this is actually really, really exciting. It is reality, like kind of flashing the exit lights, and you're coming up to your exit and you're gonna be, making that turn and moving on. But there's just a few moments left where you're kind of doing this post review. It's almost even like a post review, right? A post exam final review before you move on. So it's actually very exciting. This moment will pass and you will be heading off to your new adventures where things are going to be so brand new, like entirely new fields of study, if you will. So be excited, right? Be excited for the fresh new future that is right around the corner.